Hey, what's going on, everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com. Today we're going to be looking at the best oil tanker stocks, and these are basically stocks that ship and hold on to oil supplies. Now, the reason why they are so well positioned right now is because they tend to make a lot of money when there is an oversupply of oil, because there needs to be storage, and that's what these oil tanker stocks are for. They store the oil. Right now we're in a huge oil oversupply, and if you look around at some of the headlines, you're going to see, right, oil is dropping, and it says it right here, why oil prices went negative and why they can continue to go negative again. US stock futures fall as oil declines. So oil itself is in somewhat of a bad position right now, but oil tanker stocks are actually benefiting from that drop in oil price and from the oversupply of oil itself. So as you can see, we've got some that are doing very well. I'm going to go over this list, talk about my favorite ones, which ones I think are the best. I'm not going to go in too much detail in a in-depth technical analysis video. I'm going to keep it pretty basic, but I am going to cover these oil tanker stocks in this list. And I should point out that my favorite one is Nordic American Tankers. The ticker is NAT. And as you can see, it did absolutely fantastic last Friday. I think this is one that's going to continue to do well. It is, mediumly sized as far as the market cap is concerned, compared to some of the other ones. Frontline is actually the biggest one out there, and we're gonna look at some of these tickers, right? So as you can see, doing very well in the short term. And if we move back in the past, oil tanker stocks, all of them pretty much got hit really hard in the last couple years, right? They've actually been declining significantly, but now they are perfectly set up to profit off the oil supply glut. As you can see right here, the CEO of the company said that they're making a lot of money right now in this time. And most of these oil tanker stocks will probably do pretty well. Most of these companies will probably do pretty well, but there's some that are better than others. And I should also point out, another reason why I like North American Tankers is because they are very focused on their dividend, and they have a dividend that pays 10.26% right now. On Google, it says 4%, but I believe that number is closer to 10% in reality. So that is also something that's really beneficial, is while we can expect here multiple years of these stocks uptrending, we're also going to be getting really nice dividend in a lot of these oil tanker stocks. So North American Tankers, one of my favorites right now. If I zoom in closer to the shorter term, we were at $1 not long ago, and now we're already above $5. I expect this pattern to continue in the medium term here. We're really looking at the $10 to $20 levels. So somewhere in between $15 would be a good area to focus on for the next year or so, for example. But this is even one that we can potentially see, return to 20 plus, 30 plus, even reach the all-time high again at around $50. So that would be a 1,000% increase. That could definitely happen, because this has been never seen before as far as the oversupply of oil that we're in right now, and that is going to continue. So I expect this to be at least a 2 to 3 year rally for these tanker stocks, and it could even be more than that, but at least the next 2 to 3 years I have a very hard time seeing how these oil tanker stocks could move lower, right? They might pull back lower if oil bounces, for example, or if the economy reopens a bit. But overall, right, I think they're really positioned to just keep going up here. Now, like I said, I'm not going to go into too much detail on the technical analysis. I'm not going to do an in-depth technical analysis on all of these stocks in this video, but the general pattern that you can expect here is they're going to start uptrending, like we can see on North American Tankers and others that I'll look at in more quicker detail. And I think that they have a very strong chance of not losing this initial uptrend line that's been created. Could it pull back? Yes. Will Nordic American Tankers fall below $5? It's possible. I feel like it has a very good chance of not even falling below $5 and just continuing its uptrend. I would be more worried if we dropped below $3 for whatever reason. At that point, we may be looking at a more bearish scenario. But right now, I really think that even falling below $5 seems unlikely, and I just expect a pattern where we just keep bouncing up and down here off this uptrend line as we move higher. So that's kind of the general pattern. Things could speed up or slow down, but the idea is really, already aiming for that $15 mark is going to be a good resistance level to pay attention to. We have a lot of areas there that are going to act as support and resistance, but I do think that we can absolutely reach those levels. So about a 200 to 300% increase there, looking at that $15 mark. And then if we're able to get above $20, that really opens the path to then move back to $50, right? The all-time highs. And that is absolutely possible as well. So let's return to our Robinhood list here, and just going to talk about some of these stocks. Scorpio Tankers, let's take a look at the chart here. And I'm just going to briefly go over them, take a look at the history, and tell you what I think. I might not go over every single one on the list, but this one is one that has been around. However, the performance has been just a very steady downtrend over time. I do think it's going to do well regardless due to what's happening, but I'd say overall not maybe my favorite one, right? One that is definitely one of the more popular ones, but not my favorite. Next, we're going to look at Frontline. So this is, like I said, the actual biggest oil tanker stock, and I actually like this one. So in more recent years, right, it's been pretty steady, and now we're seeing it rise again. So you have sort of the steadiness of the fact that it's one of the bigger, more established ones, and I think that now we're just going to see a nice steady climb higher, right, as we're also, of course, it fell a lot compared to in the past, but we can be expected to move back towards $20 here for Frontline. So also one that I like, and one that I think would be nice to have. And I'm personally, I don't own any oil tanker stocks just yet, but I think I'm going to buy American Tankers and potentially Frontline or a few others, but I'm definitely planning on investing in the coming weeks here. So next, we're going to look at TK Tankers and then DHT Holdings. So once again, these are all oil tanker stocks. And let's look at TK Tankers. So this is one that, once again, you see that pattern of the downtrend. This is because all of these oil tankers were not doing well since oil price was very high and there was, not really an oversupply, so to say. But now it's recovering, and I think this one could recover very nicely. I think this one could get back to $60 actually. So we're looking at a $50 to $60 price target here for TK Tankers. Next up, we're going to look at DHT stock and see what's going on. So right now, DHT is, has been pretty stable for the last 5 years. We're seeing it come back here, getting that bounce like many others. Hasn't have the same strength of an actual uptrend as some of the other ones, but I think this one is going to stay pretty steady. Probably going to try to move towards $10 to $15 as well. Not my favorite though. You'd have to check what the actual dividend is right now. It probably is pretty decent, like Nordic American Tankers, so that is obviously a plus side. Next, we're going to look at Navios Maritime. This has been one that was pretty popular in the past, actually, and we're going to see how it's doing right now. Is it holding up? Is it recovering? So right now, this one is headquartered in Greece. Not looking too pretty, right? This could be due to maybe the Eurozone and so forth, but right now, it hasn't really gotten that bounce as many others have, and it's looking pretty sluggish. I'd pass up on this one. I don't think this one is going to have the same strength in it as some of these other ones. NSFW, and then we're going to look at Diamond Shipping. So let's take a look at those as well. Want to make sure to go through this list and not miss out on any of them here. So this one has been trading as of 2016, and overall, right, very steady, good performance. I like it, right? This one seems like a very steady one overall. So definitely like International Seaways there. And let's go ahead and take a look at Diamond S Shipping, DSSI, see how that one is doing as well. So let's go ahead and take a brief overview here. Now, DSSI, one of the newer publicly traded oil tanker stocks, stable performance, and now even got a little bit of a kick higher. It's too new to tell really how this one is going to act, but it seems stable. So that's pretty much all I can say on that one. I think I'd rather go with one like FRO or Nordic American Tankers that has that price history, that has recovered from some bad periods. Let's take a look at CPLP and then SLF. So CPLP, this is another oil tanker stock here, and this one seems to have a pretty high dividend, but very bad performance, right? These all these Greek oil tanker stocks seem to be very much underperforming, and stocks like FRO and especially Nordic American Tankers, I think that those ones are really going to outperform the rest, right? And even outperform the market, for a matter of fact. But some of these oil tanker stocks have potentially been hit so hard in the past that they really are, too weak and damaged to really even maybe be able to profit off this situation, right? So we're seeing a lot of variance between the companies. Not all of them are going to do well. This is one that seems to have a very high dividend, also relatively stable. If we can see the stability continue, I actually like this one. SFL, all the Bermuda ones seem to be doing pretty good, so that's also something to keep in mind. Good dividend. I think that this one can even start to increase, and you're getting that good dividend as well. So SFL, very nice one there. Last one that we're going to take a look at is TNP. That's Tsakos. Let's take a look right now at how that one has been performing. So Tsakos has been 5% dividend or so, relatively stable in the last years. If we zoom in, it's just now starting to get that bounce higher. I think this one can do pretty good. We're going to be looking at a probably, $10 price target here as we move forward in this bull move for these oil tanker stocks. So I think Tsakos can actually do pretty good. It is one of the Greek ones, so you need to be careful, right? It might reach $5 or so, but these Greek ones, you do have to be careful. They do carry a little bit more risk. And as you saw, this is the one out of the three that has been holding up, but the rest have really been getting hit very hard. So I'd rather go with the Bermuda ones personally. With that being said, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, link in the description, get those live market updates. And also make sure to check out my technical analysis master course. It's less than $20 and comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it 100% risk-free. We've gotten great reviews, 4.6 stars out of 5. And over 62 students right now. Thank you so much to everyone who checked out the course. And if you're interested in taking a look, you'll learn everything you need to know about technical analysis. It's the ultimate guide, and you can try it risk-free. Link in the description. Make sure to check it out. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.